In the words of some UFC commentator somewhere, I think, there's levels to this game. Good morning and welcome to In the Car with Clint. I've been thinking a lot about the game of business and how there are levels to the game of business. A lot of the levels I have been through and a lot of the levels I don't even understand yet. I feel like I'm somewhere in the first 20%, but I don't really know. And I've been doing some work with some solopreneurs or some small business owners that are at a startup phase, sub probably $500,000, that are interested in growing their business. And so we're sitting down and mapping it all out. And I come to this realization that there's all these levels that we have to go through as business owners. And you might consider hiring staff levels. You might consider registering for GST a level. You might consider payroll tax a level. You might consider getting sued a level. You might consider, getting close to the edge of bankruptcy, or even going through that as a level. And it doesn't matter how clearly someone can map out all of the levels that you might need to go through, because there's endless amounts of business courses and trainings and that kind of thing that you can do. There is no substitute for doing the levels. It's kind of like if someone hands you the controller at the end of a video game for you to fight the final boss, right? You haven't done the work to get there, and so you don't have the skill set that they have to then use the controller to fight the boss. And I'm using a kind of probably a Sega Mega Drive example there, because I haven't played a video game for a very long time. That's not true, but not properly. And so I guess to try and wrap this up in some kind of helpful video, there's a few points. I think you can get help and people can mentor you and they can talk to you about what the levels are and what you should or could do, but you still have to do the work. And if you don't do the work and you get to the level, then I don't know if there's this emptiness there. At least in my mind there is. I saw a photo the other day on one of the social media platforms of Giselle Bündchen. That's going to get fucking ripped up. Which may or may not be true, but I'm pretty sure it was a photo of her. And for the sake of the example, it's an example only. She had a purple belt or a blue belt in BJJ. It might have been a purple belt. And she was copying a bit of crap because there's UFC fighters that don't even have that belt, who have maybe gone through a different journey to get to their belt, or they're working with different people to get to their belt. And so for me, I look at it and go, the journey is part of the main part of the process of growing a business and becoming better as an entrepreneur. And if you have a shortcut because someone's done the work for you, or someone's paid for your lessons rather than you doing them yourself, I don't think that you have that skill, and then eventually you're going to get found out, and you're probably better off actually doing the work yourself. So that's kind of part of it. Second point being that this obviously takes time, and you need to be patient. And there's no real, I guess you can become a black belt in business, but then, does that only get you halfway to what the never-ending journey is? And this is a really, really weird video probably, because I don't think there is an end, right? I mean, you could look at very large entrepreneurs that are running multi-billion-dollar businesses, and I'd say that they still haven't experienced all of the learnings, so they haven't got to the end boss, and they're starting to work out how to sustain life on other planets, or looking to create vehicles that maybe operate without electricity or liquid petroleum. And so everyone's always learning, and I think if you don't do the time, it's different. And so be comfortable knowing that you're learning. And that's probably one of the things that makes business such an easy thing for me. And I don't mean easy to do, but I mean easy to do. And that's a really weird sentence. I don't mind getting up and playing the game each day. I look forward to the learnings. I look forward to the challenges. I look forward to overcoming issues that we're having. I look forward to identifying new things. And even, as recently as yesterday, I'm having situations come up that I've never dealt with before, with staff and issues that they might be having with things. These intersections, I don't understand. I don't think that means you can just cut the off way. with, you know, contracts. There's so much going on that I'm still learning, and it's exciting because I guess maybe I'm just coming to this realization. I used to enjoy kind of the problem solving kind of books where you get given 3 or 4 clues and you have to work out what it is. I feel like I just do that in business, and that's why I enjoy the wartime more than the peacetime, because there's more problems to solve. During peacetime, it's just fucking boring, and then everyone's just like, oh, we just made heaps of money and everything's going well and everyone came to work today and no one's having any issues. And I kind of go, oh, I guess I'll go to the pub. So yeah, anyway, this video, hopefully that's helped. Knowing the levels doesn't mean that you don't have to work through the levels, or that I don't think you should anyway. I think you need to work through the levels. And by doing the work, if anything was to go wrong, no one can take away the knowledge that you've learned, and no one can kind of take away the levels that you've been through. So yeah, that's it. Have a think about it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and thanks for sticking with me for that kind of very watching my brain work through it kind of thing. Be kind to each other. Most importantly, be kind to yourself, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. See ya.